This Sunday we celebrate Palm Sunday or Passion Sunday. And I'm going to give you two gospel passages today to reflect on because there are usually two gospels at the Palm Sunday Mass. One is the triumphant entry of Jesus into Jerusalem, and the other is the account of Jesus' suffering and death. So from Mark 11, verses 9 to 10, we hear, many people spread their cloaks on the road, and others spread leafy branches they had cut from the fields. Those preceding him, as well as those following, kept crying out, Hosanna! Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest. And then from Mark chapter 15, verses 37 to 39, we hear, Jesus cried out a loud cry and breathed his last. The veil of the sanctuary was torn in two from top to bottom. When the centurion who stood facing him saw how he breathed his last, he said, truly, this man was the Son of God. Today, Jesus enters Jerusalem in triumph. He leaves Jerusalem mocked and a convicted criminal. He entered Jerusalem riding a donkey, hailed by the crowds with palm branches and hosannas. And he left Jerusalem walking, stumbling under the weight of the cross, walking to the place of execution outside the city walls, dying alone, seemingly forsaken. Lent is a season of paradox, a season of contradictions, a season of successes and failures, culminating in the great paradox of the cross, where apparent failure yields to ultimate triumph, the triumph of life over death, the triumph of the cross. How do we enter into the passion of Jesus? How do we enter into Jerusalem? How we enter into the passion is not about us, but about opening ourselves to the suffering of others. We are painfully aware of our own shortcomings. We know of our impatience, our anger, our lack of compassion for others. We look around us, the world, and it might seem too painful to watch or to read stories about the suffering of our brothers and sisters around the world. Too often, when we can do nothing to alleviate their pain, we simply focus on our own pain. It's easy to hide from the suffering around us in self-righteousness or being judgmental of others. The more deeply I can be with Jesus in his suffering, watching his humiliation, being beaten, whipped, and mocked, the more I can feel the depth of his love for me. He suffers with me in all my pain and asks me to enter into the suffering of others. Compassion. Compassion. Suffering with those people around me who are in pain, my family, my community, my world. That is where I feel the love Jesus had for me when he died for me on the cross. This Palm Sunday, we are invited to feel how deeply we are loved by Jesus, loved so much that he died for us. Jesus, fully human and fully divine, emptied himself for us. Can we empty ourselves? Can we show compassion?